All right, now if it's Wednesday, it's all about the desk here on U24 television. Many thanks to all those who keep themselves glued on the continent's leading intellectual platform, actually the highest platform for solution finding. You guessed right. That is the desk. Now more than ever, I'm yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. Now thank you so much for always keeping it locked on U24 television. It's yet another exciting episode of the desk where we're going to be discussing so much about what the office of the Prime Minister has for the youth. And the man in the chair, I'm telling you, he's most suitable to discuss and aid our understanding in this direction. Mr. Jonah Jackson Barikwira. He is the Assistant Commissioner in charge of National Guidance in the Office of the Prime Minister. So we're going to be having a really, really amazing time. But remember, we're broadcasting here at our home at 9 Avenue, Nakasero Hill. I'm talking UBC headquarters, but you are live on U24 television. Thank you so much for talking to us, Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Cedric.
Yes.
Let me put the record right.
Yes.
One time I was in the Office of the Prime Minister, but now I'm the Minister of ICT and National Guidance.
You moved now.
Yes, we moved, yes. One time I was there. So you are not very far from the truth. You can't kill a history.
Yes. and you're the right man, because you tell us what you are doing this side,
yes,
and now what you're doing
very
this
good,
side.
very good.
Okay,
but also we're in the same Uganda government.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, listeners. I'm happy to be at the UBC platform, which is a platform that inspires and motivates Ugandans. Yes. And most so when we are talking about the youth. Yes. That's because we must appreciate that the young people make 78% of our population. Yes, yes. And when you look at the recent statistics, those ones above 60, I think we are just only 5%. So whatever you want is in the hands of the young people. Yes. So what do we do at the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance? And I, as the Commissioner in the line of National Guidance, what package do we have for the young people? We recognize that the young people are the spinner of the Uganda tomorrow. So ours is to prepare them to be able to appreciate the realities of the Uganda today, the challenges at hand, and the opportunities at their disposal.
Are there any opportunities?
Yes, they don't mind about it. That's why we tap into the mind, because there may be opportunities, but when you never see them, Cedric, you have a lot of opportunities around you. Like now you fished me out of the trenches. Yes. Isn't that an opportunity? Correct. That I can come and talk, and I want to thank you very much. And you say that's where we discuss intellectual issues. Intellectual issues. Not local. So.
Not talking about intellectuality and having a discussion. We recently had, what's going on, and recently, as in an office still government, and the gentleman, the ED, was telling me, you Gen Zs, now we have been, termed Gen Zs. What do you think? Do you think the youths are handling whatever is going on currently the appropriate way? Are we handling it the right way? Or is it that we are not included, we are not heard? What is your take on that?
Yeah, first of all, it's good you brought it up somewhere. Last week also I was somewhere. People should appreciate that Gen Z is a phenomenon. It should not be targeted to one country. It's a global phenomenon. Yeah, because it's a reality that there are millennials. Then there's another generation which is going to come. But what is it that now? What is that? What does this phenomena show us? The young people are fighting for space. Yeah, they want inclusive responsibility, inclusivity in all the phenomenon of governance, sharing resources, distribution of resources, participation, name it across board. Those ones you intellectuals say socio-economic space, which is all inclusive, the political space and whatnot. But I'm happy that now, the case for Uganda here, the government has tried to be very critical about that, is aware about that. And I really thank His Excellency for that outlook. So please, we must be able to provide space for the young people. But now, as Minister of National Guidance, our duty is now to be able to tap into the thinking of the young people, as I said, to be able to establish, first of all, to rediscover themselves, to know their potentials, and to know how they can be able to achieve what they want. And by the way, trying to negate, because not anywhere in society has violence solved the problem. Generations have changed. Those days they used to fight wars of cannons, but now it's a war of technology.
It's a technical, yes.
It's technical issue.
Yes.
Yeah, so really violence is not an issue because people have been trying to motivate young people that now to fight for your space, you must now be able to move on the streets, go and demonstrate and whatnot. To me, I guide that that's not the way. We have a lot of space where you can come on board,
Right,
because like national guidance is there. And now here we are talking
about it because you like for instance, national ICT, you are at the forefront, even with the digital
innovations
digital innovation. You guys are supporting a lot as far as that is concerned.
Yes.
With the transforming age and the changing trends, what are you guys doing in order to bridge the gap? Because this is our argument. You people are old.
Yes,
you don't know what's happening to us because a lot of things are changing. What are you doing to close that gap?
By the way, that's also a wrong narrative. It's a wrong assertion. In creation of nature, nobody will tell you that now the old doesn't understand the young.
New age.
New age, because they are our children. And who wishes the young child to have bad? You understand? But the connectivity, and we must also know that now there are deliberate narratives that are put into us that now they make the young people enemies to the old.
They feel left out.
They feel left out. That's a narrative which is also being brewed by the social media.
So this is so I'm trying to get your argument.
Yes.
This is something that has been inculcated in them. It's not
Yes.
a natural feeling
It's
that,
not a
that
natural
I'm
feeling.
left out.
No, it's inculcated. Yes, it is inculcated. You, Cedric, move from here. You go home. Aren't you going to say, Daddy, how are you?
Yes.
I hope that you have a dad.
Yes, I do.
And a mother.
Yes, I
and
do.
siblings.
Yes.
You look at that environment. Don't you always cause that cordiality?
Yes.
And that's family is the best unit of our society.
Right.
So if at the best unit of society we have that cordial relationship, then how about at the other outside the family unit? So that is a construct of negative voices that don't wish us well, because they don't want us to tap into the advantage of the 75%. That's a very wonderful dividend.
So it's because you make an interesting discussion here. The aspect of lack of inclusivity, feeling left out,
Yes.
is a deliberate narrative pushed.
Yes.
This is not something that I wake up Shadrach and I feel like, Jonah, you're taking my space. I just don't feel it. Someone must tell me.
Exactly, yes. Somebody should tell you.
I'm telling
Them to tell you. And they are using the window of the social media. Social media has got that kind of influence on us. So what is that we can do, let's say as a government, but as the people of Uganda? Education is always the power, is the tonic. Mobilization, talking to the people and showing people the space. I was giving an example somewhere where I was. I said, now there is this kind of developmental outlook of the parish development model.
Yes, PDM, yes.
If you are to go to your villages, what's the percentage of most educated people? The old or the young? You have learned economics, you have learned agriculture, you have learned agriculture, you know communication,
Yes.
you are out there, you have the lot of stock of capacity there, that opportunity. But because of the mental disorientation, we never galvanize all those opportunities into economic viable actions. Otherwise, if we have got on a village, assuming that you have 200 residents, and you put the baraza under a tree, you say, I'm going to teach you the simple economics of transformation. You are from Makerere, and you teach these people about the economic approaches. They will say, oh, in Luganda, omwana wafu atubuulidde. Our son has said, have you heard?
But do we want to go back to the village? We don't want.
That's also another narrative. But assuming that you have not gone back to the village, you are living in urban areas, and there are communities there.
Yes, they are.
We can start from urban transformation approaches guided by the young population. Moving an extra mile to say that now I'm putting an hour in the spirit of voluntarism. I'm talking to these Chikuva people.
Us. You are not supporting us because I want to set up something like that, and then I come to you. Give me at least 50,000 for water because it's going to be hot. Or transport for me to get there, and we have no money. Government has no money.
No, what I've said, I've brought it at the level of your space where you stay. Yes, at the village level.
It doesn't have to be a national initiative.
It doesn't need to be at the national global level. Let us start from the village level. Economies that have stood the test of time have brought development programs at the village level. China has got the biggest population in the world, but they feed themselves. What approach they use? They use the village model. Transformation is at the village level.
Right.
So now, Shadrach, I want us to pretest it. Whenever you are, call me, and we can have a baraza in your village. You go with me, say, now this is my mzee, you just blah, 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 blah. Here we are to talk about now how to transform. How do we now help our people identify the economic triggers? Because you may be in a place wherever you are, but people are not seeing those economic triggers.
Talking about economic triggers, let's go for a break and then we come back, because
Yes.
Uganda is the most enterprising country in the world.
Exactly.
Let's talk about that after the break.
Exactly.
Do not go away. It's getting heated up, and I'm coming back. All right, welcome back. Now, in case you've just joined us, I'm afraid you've missed the very first insightful segment of this very lovely episode of The Desk, where we're talking so much about youth inclusion. We're talking about so much strategic economic values. And the man in the chair, I'm telling you, this man is the Assistant Commissioner in the Ministry of ICT in terms of national guidance. These are the people guiding us. Whether they are doing a very good job, you are the judge.
Indeed, so you have said it. Yeah, because you believe in the masses.
Yes,
Yeah,
they are the judge.
Yeah,
Yes,
the judge.
I don't want them to think Shadrach came praising a man on his show. So,
Right.
you know, we have statistics have it that Uganda is the most enterprising country
Correct.
in the world.
Yes.
But these businesses never see their first birthday. In other words, every day a Ugandan starts a business, 6 months down the road, there's nothing to talk about.
6, you have given it a lot.
4 months down the road, there's nothing to talk about.
Yes.
Because of certain reasons. But the people who start these businesses are not 50 years old people. No. These are 27.
Yes.
These are 18 people, 30 years old people.
Yeah.
But they're blaming everything on government. What is going wrong, and how can you help? You guys are in charge of guidance.
Yes. You see, why are they blaming government? Because there's a missing gap. There's a distortion there, which are deliberately fed into the young people, into the population, with this question of this notion of government at Yambe. Since when has an African believed in that? Because we believe in the communal arrangement. Everybody is a worker. Everybody participates. Inclusivity is a part of our socio-cultural construct. But where does this one come from? It must come from somewhere.
No.
From the orientation.
Commissioner, so you're trying to say
Yes.
that the aspect of getting aid or alms from government is not generically in us.
No.
We were supposed to work together,
Yes.
harvest together, enjoy together.
Enjoy together. And even take the makulas to the leaders.
Yeah,
You get
that's
it?
our culture.
That's
yes.
our culture construct.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was a worker. When we grew up, everybody, and that trait is still in us, because when you go back home, you look around the home and you say, I feel like everybody should touch something, and then you enjoy it all together. So that's not our culture construct. But now what kills that good value in us? Maybe the education that we get, how we are culturalized through the education system, the exposure
yes.
to the social networks. I mean, social media networks, this technology, also other influences through all other feeds, the music, what you know. That's what's drilling us away. And it's not us facing that, but also some other countries face that. But what do others do? They invest heavily in mobilization, mindset change, strategic thinking, so that now you innovate, but you know that I'm innovating, and then my innovation is supporting this area. And the area is supposed to produce wealth, to add wealth on the national platform. And then from there, the marks are there, and then you get. So to me, I feel that missing gap can first of all be addressed by upscaling our mobilization, purposeful mobilization. Chairman Mao said that the tonic to Chinese problem is the ideological work. And indeed, he invested a lot in ideological work.
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
you make a big good point, because His Excellency is so much on ideological transformation.
Exactly, yes.
Is that our problem, really?
But that is what shapes society, what drives society. That's why he has identified it and said, please let us now create a serious ideological outlook. Let us concentrate on ideological formations, ideological training. But of course, alas, the Excellence says it, but the movement is a little bit so. That's where now I want to use such kind of platform for young people to urge for, to demand for enhanced upscaled ideological orientation amongst you. Because what is going to build you, first of all, to become a reality to yourself, to become a reality to society which you are in, and become a reality to the future that you want to brave into, because you have a lot on your plate. And what future do you want to give to? A transformed society.
Commissioner, is it that we are just lazy and we are blaming the wrong people?
Not lazy. We are. I don't believe in that association of being lazy. Yeah. If we were lazy, why did these people come and take us and then take us into slavery? We are the most strong people. Yes. And very innovative. Before when they come and destroyed and took our people away, we are participating in the textile industry.
Yes.
They were participating in the mining industry.
Mining, fishing.
Yes, all across board. Yes. Farming, yes. Even in medicine, we are producing the capsules.
Yes.
So how would you come up and start branding the African Ugandan children that they are lazy? I don't think they are lazy. It's just something that now missing, which we must tap into. And His Excellency has said ideological orientation. The wonder that can come out of Cedric and your age mate, when you are ideologically tuned, you get that confidence. It will be in you. You'll be focused, and you know how to tap into the various opportunities around you and work on them and translate them into wealth.
So someone is watching you and their business failed in probably Chikubo down there or downtown.
Yeah.
They want to know. They're like, no, the rent yali itd emisolo KCCA.
Yes.
So does that have anything to do with ideology?
So ideology dictates on action. It sets on how you think.
Or you do what you think.
You do what you think. Yes. That's the ideology. You do what you think. You are in Chikubo. Omusolo guyitiridde. Olowooza oti okulaba nti now okola okwata emiwatwa gina kufundisa sente osobole okusasula emisolo, osobole okusasula rent. Adaptability, yes. Adaptability and also appreciation of your environment and putting it for optimum use. Yes, this is the other thing. The other time I was moving around. You know, this industry of chupa is growing. Now, who told those Ugandans to say that there is money there? Adaptability. So if now we have that chupa is an industry, think about other economic triggers that are around us. Then, of course, when you have peace and stability and whatever, then you utilize those economic triggers and be able to translate them into wealth. And young people they can do a lot. All these innovations that now, even the innovation which is driving the PDM was done by Ugandan young people.
Talking about PDM, Commissioner, is this thing working, or people are just eating people's money?
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not on ground. I'm always on Nile Avenue, and then I go home. You're the people traversing the country.
Yes.
And this is
let me
the
tell
last
you,
mile person.
Yes.
Accessing
The
PDM money.
PDM is the biggest opportunity that will trigger the transformation of this country. Why? It is going through the grassroots.
Yes, the last mile person. Yes.
Because most often than not, these economic models and which have been around us, they are top heavy. But now this one, taking money to the people's pockets.
But you said that about a Myoga years ago, and a Myoga, I don't know, they can be the judge. Yes. Did it fail? I don't know.
Well, I know you have talked about the Myoga. That's one of the windows that helps a certain section. But now, of course, you can't develop in one window. You must use all windows around you. So now Myoga was there. We say
the youth
livelihood fund is there also.
Yes.
The continues and whatever. Of course, not forgetting about the education space. All those are there. But now strategically, the parish development model, putting money into the weakest, those ones who have not embraced that economic phenomena, the money economy. Let us now widen the money economy, and if we embrace it, and I would love many young people to become advocates of the parish development model, and move from there and say, now we are moving it, yes, parish there, but we are moving it to the village economic model, such that now we look at the village as the transformer of our society.
Right.
When people at the village level move into the money economy, they start thinking about production, they start thinking about money, then we would have solved the question of Uganda's poverty.
True.
Yeah. And now government, when with its resources, with our oil coming in, let us pray that His Excellency continue with his visionary leadership and puts money there. There are challenges of corruption is there. Of course, based on other trivial issues. But those are the ones we can fight. Because may I believe that the young people can be at the helm of fighting these vices. So long as they are mobilized. If young people are mobilized to say this vice is dangerous, who is going to resist the voice of the young people? If the governance is bad in terms of at lower level, you are the majority. When you organize, why can't you cause it to be?
Is this, as we go for a short break, Commissioner, yes. Our numbers a threat?
They are not a threat. They must be made a dividend. They are an advantage. The numbers are an advantage. For us, I said we are 5%.
Yeah, so are we a threat to you?
No, how are you a threat to me? Has a child been a threat to a father?
Nice.
unless you are born of negative values. Where are you born? Where so that now the child is a threat to our pride is in our children. Yes, that's where we feel good. Yes, I said growing up like now we are here. You can't know how much additional happiness you have put to me this morning.
Amazing.
Because because I see now I'm a younger intellectual man who is focused, who think about this country, who think on how we can go. So when you galvanize such and it becomes a critical mass of young people thinking in that direction, how do I start complaining?
Let's go for a break. We come back. Then we come back. We're still with Commissioner. I'm telling you, it is a really, really amazing episode. Do not go away. The desk takes a break. The desk returns in a moment. All right, welcome back. Now, in case you're just joining us, I'm afraid you've missed the first two insightful, educational, very informative segments of this very lovely episode of The Desk. The man in the chair, no wonder he's in charge of national guidance. He makes you a believer in 2 minutes. But follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Shadrack Kisame, but also U24. Remember, we're broadcasting here at our home, Nile Avenue, Nakasero Hill, UBC headquarters, but you are live on U24 television. You know, we can never exhaust everything on these 30 minutes of The Desk. But let's just talk about, because these people here watch this platform as a solution, finding platform. There's a problem that, we're trying, there are no jobs. That's a discussion for another day. So we've decided now to venture out into business. But we are not credit worthy. And even when we are, the credit is expensive. What is government doing? What are you people doing? What's your vision?
That challenge of unemployment is a reality. And you say it will be a discussion for another day.
Yes.
But now you are going to business.
Yes.
You need credit. You know, in economics, credit is one way the facility of the business, and the areas are not creditworthy. I think that the answer to that, we need to strengthen or reawaken our social networks. Because when you look at the structure of our society, what category of the population owns the productive means, which can stand as security? Your fathers, your mothers, they own the land.
They own the land, yes.
Land. If they are the ones who own a car, they are the ones who own property that can be qualified to be security. Yes. But if you are talking to them very well and you discuss it as a unit of a family, how do we jump into the productive economy? I have this
omwana ayagala kutunda bintu, omwana ayagala tutunda bintu.
Nati okitegeera naye jjukira nti naffe twaliwo mu biseera ebyo nga tulina nga batoto balina emmwanyi. We didn't have, but we became partners in production. Nga tulina emmwanyi, pamba, others, all those other things. We became partners in production. I remember I earned my money when I was my O level. When I produced tomatoes with my mzee and whatever at the family level, and said, no, my son, this is your money. You are the one who brought the idea of growing tomatoes. I had learned it in our class of agriculture. Yes. And I went, said, but you brought the idea. This is your money. So that's why we should now tap into reinventing ourselves, tapping into our social networks. Then when you go into that one, then you'll be able to get the credit worthiness you are talking about and dive into the economy. The other time I was somewhere, and somebody was telling me that I was in a garage and said, every son of mine, after P7, but not they come through here. They start now. I teach them now mechanics and whatnot. And I say, but now how do you motivate them? So when they are working, there is money here. I put money on their account. So one who has finished law at the university, but he's a mechanic.
But they have the basic.
They have the basic appreciation of how to dive into the money economy. So he has finished law, he's a lawyer, but he comes to the garage. And now he has helped now on organizing the agreements and whatnot.
Agreements,
those legal
yes,
documents.
yes.
So the garage is growing now as a unit of production, serving the family and serving the young person. Those are the inspirational windows that we must look into. That one is a garage. But now how about if somebody who is doing a small business in Mukono?
Your father has maybe a
Mudala. Mulwanye. Most let us refer to women, our mothers, they are the ones who they are mudala. Now you have got the basic education. What is it?
What value addition?
What value addition? So we should reconstruct our outlook. That's why I say strengthen the social network within our means. We are here in Cheban one time, a lady also was in Mudala Nalungu. Their children, Bali Balungu, boys. I saw them growing up. They grew up on the Mudala. They went to school on the Mudala. They get unfinished education. Now, when I went there, it translated from being in the Mudala here, it's like a mini supermarket. That's the outlook, and that's how other people do it. You think about how do these people in countries like China do it? I mean, like I want to bring the question of India. How do they do it? They have developed that culture.
And they brought it even here in Uganda.
They brought it in here.
You find the young teenagers in the supermarket is the cashier, is the what?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because you have that bond. You can never cheat your own bond, your own blood. But now, us here, we are letting these other invasions of killing our socio-cultural construct take over from us. But you don't even learn to step there. Young people are there, very educated, energetic. They have technology. They can go and Google on which product can be put into the market, or on which seedlings can be planted, but they are not using those opportunities. So it's high time that we reawaken our thinking as young people.
Commissioner, you're selling an idea that I'd never really looked at in this perspective.
Yes.
That if we go back to how we used to operate communally at the basic level, that's the best way to amass wealth.
Exactly.
Because now as you're speaking, in my head I'm looking at all the rich families.
Yes. Yes.
These people have worked as families.
Yes.
And money has stayed
there. The same way as we are there, say of course some other economic distortion that helped. People have shaped the economy.
As a family.
Yes, as family units. Now you look at these ones who are in the hotel industry, the BMK,
So how can BMK's son fail to get capital?
How does he get capital?
You can't, because you're already in the business. You know what to do. Your father trusts you.
You have built that trust. You have that bond, and you are saying that we must grow. We must grow. How do you feel? So that is the ideological setting that we want to put into the young people. Yes, and of course also this is an appeal. With the old, let us also take it upon ourselves so that we embrace the new thinking. Let us not just give our children, they have gone. There's that kind of rendering. We're saying, now we have gone. We make our children a problem. How can our children be a problem to us ourselves? That's criminal. Should not be accepted in our day-to-day narrative. Those are our children.
Because there are the people who watch, and most of the people that watch, by the way, are not in a group, people on Tinder people. These are people in Katwe, Chevando, like you say.
Yes.
And they are looking at you and they are thinking, Zentandikirawa, wana sina na bazadde. So there's a person who is there thinking, I didn't go to school, sina intandikira na njagala okukola. So there's that category.
It's good you bring out that category, because we must also appreciate that they are there.
Yes.
Out of our history, they find themselves victim of non-parenting. And yet parenting is very, very critical.
Crucial.
That's when you tap into the social networks around you. Our society is structured, first of all, along cultural institutions.
Yes.
Okay, we might find that one is there. Ganesh Kata Chirina.
That's a long shot.
It's a long shot.
Because
Yes.
you must at least have an uncle or an auntie somewhere.
Somewhere, yes.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
yeah.
Go there. Let us now go into there. Let us create that bond between the people who are in our reach.
I get
You told me what there is a bond. When we were growing up, we had such children in our villages, and they were being brought up by
the village.
By the village. They are being brought up by the village. Oyo mwana oyo muganda wo.
Jango lime wano talina wakusula comes as someone digging, ends up staying in the house.
Staying in the house, and they have made a fortune.
And they even come to marry her, and this is the parent.
This is the parent. So social networks are very, very critical asset for this country called Uganda.
As we wind up, I'm starting to believe we need to go back. These guys, you guys don't want to allow. You want technology, but I think we should go back
to the fundamentals.
Yeah, the fundamentals
that build society. Then we use technology to support, turn those fundamentals into products.
So
that can
this is what I'm getting.
Yes. Yes.
But if we go back to the fundamentals, use this and add value,
yes,
we are sorted.
Then we are done.
Commissioner, your last words as we wind up.
No, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure really meeting you people, and I have enjoyed. I've told Cedric, thank me giving this space. I'm becoming younger. And when you call me again,
yes,
call me Commissioner. Stop calling Commissioner. You say Mzee JJ.
Mzee JJ.
Yes. You know when you put in that swag, outside feel good.
Mzee JJ.
So cool, thank you. This is a conversation that I think we pick out and we see how it can add value to the creating the happy life which we all deserve as the people of Uganda. God bless all of you.
All right, that is it from Mzee JJ, but of course he is the Commissioner for National Guidance in Ministry of ICT, and I'm telling you, you've had a really, really amazing conversation here. But get back to us on our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. That's Shadrack Kisame and U24 Television. But for tonight, we cannot go further than this. Good night, good luck, adios for God and my country. May the good Lord bless this beautiful Uganda. Till next week, ciao.